I'm loose. I said I'm loose, baby.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, neighbors. We are here. It is in Howdy. It is March 16th today of 25, and it's been a pretty good Sunday. The weather is fucking perfect. I rolled around in the backyard with my kids all morning long, and we got so fucking dirty and covered in pollen. It was incredible.
Might explain why my allergies are acting out being around you. It's kind of inconsiderate, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed your fun time with your children. But now my nose hurts.
I don't give a shit. Did you turn the volume down? I can't hear anything.
Oh, man, that's on yours. I was trying to do mine.
So, yeah, a good friend of mine, ex-coworker, lives down the street. Randomly, single guy, lives in a halfway, calls me up and he's like, hey, man, I got a deal. I need to use your shop vac in your driveway. I want to clean my car, and I'll do your yard in return.
Sounds like a fair barter.
Well, yeah, I mean, to a normal person. But at first I was like, you're not taking my yard work away from me. That's like my favorite fucking thing to do. But
yeah, agreed.
I never have time to do it, and it's the beginning of the season and all that. So it worked out really well, and instead I just played with the kids, which is probably something I should be doing anyway. And it went pretty well, man. It was a nice morning. And then I woke up excited about this. I woke up excited to talk about Barry Lyndon.
Nice, dude. I was reminiscing about how when I used to do yard work when I was secretly drinking, it would take me like 2 hours to mow the lawn because I would just go keep fucking slamming tequila in between every little bit that I mowed.
Yeah.
And like going in and updating my girlfriend, being like, this is taking a long time or whatever. Just getting away from her for 2 hours, you know?
Do you find yourself drinking coffee the same way that you used to drink alcohol?
Yes, or Diet Coke.
I'll like keep it in the cut somewhere that's just mine, you know, and then like be tasking, and then every 20-30 minutes go and just take a fucking rip on the like super almost being sneaky and like just trying to keep the effects of it lasting as long as it possibly can.
Yeah, I have to have I've realized some sort of secret stinky habit of consumption. That's me eating the garlic was like that.
Some
coffee,
sort of
obviously,
resistance.
booze, yeah,
some sort of like you know, something to mix things up a little bit. Want to keep things interesting.
For sure.
Can't just fucking live my life, dude. It's got to be weird. For sure.
And you know who lived a weird life?
Who's that?
Barry Lyndon.
Yeah, he did. How many times he got shot?
How many N-words he shot? Yeah. For those who haven't seen it, there's an incredible edit of 21 Savage.
Yeah.
What's that song called?
A Lot?
A Lot, yeah.
It's got
with Barry Lyndon.
I don't know much about 21, but I do enjoy saying
he's
his
British.
Name. 21 Savage is British?
Yeah, dude. He got like deported to England because they found out he was an illegal immigrant from the UK.
Seriously?
Yes.
Does he have like an accent and everything?
No. He did talk like he was from Atlanta, but I think he grew up in Atlanta, but they found out that he was an illegal immigrant.
They,
you know who they are.
Oh, the 2025s, dude?
No, this was like two or 3 years ago. It was Biden,
wow.
low-key Biden targeted 21 Savage. And Trump freed Kodak Black, so who's really on the side of our working-class black Americans?
Who is our real urban fucking champion president?
And Lil Wayne, he commuted Lil Wayne's sentence, but...
Oh, look, I put even a little star, but we're going to ignore that because... So Barry Lyndon came out in 75, so it was 4 years after Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
It was Kubrick's next movie after Clockwork Orange. The fucking polar opposite venture.
In a lot of ways, yeah. He hit him with the freaky ass shit. And then he was like, I'm going to make like a period sort of drama, which to me, we'll get into it, but it's a comedy to me.
Yeah.
It's a funny ass movie.
Well, I feel like by the mid 70s, being like shocking had become sort of like run of the mill and old hat and boring, and it wasn't like avant-garde anymore.
Yes.
So he was constantly trying to stay ahead of the trend, ahead of the moment.
Yeah.
So he released this insanely fucking long, insanely slow moving. The story itself, I would give, is very interesting. Lots of cult. It's very Iliad or Homer. You know, it's like
it's based on a book.
Yeah, a lot of crazy big shit. Yeah, the guy wrote Vanity Fair too.
For sure.
What's his name? Peacemaker or something.
William Thackeray Makepeace.
Makepeace, yes.
Fucking sick name, dude.
That is a British name. And he wrote satire.
My name would be William Stackery because I stack money, make war.
Make war.
Make love. William Stackery, make love.
I wouldn't mind be stack butts.
But yeah,
Make
I think
babies.
also the success of Clockwork Orange gave him free range to kind of blow the fucking bank on this movie. It had a very high budget for the time, and he shot it almost entirely with natural light, which is very difficult to achieve, and it's kind of one of the things that the movie's famed for. It's the urban legend is that it's all natural light. It's not, but it's mostly natural light and candlelight.
There's another movie like that. Recent.
I can't think of
Revenant.
it. The Revenant is all natural light. I didn't know that, but
there's one scene that isn't. There's one scene, I think it's a nighttime scene where he's eating I think it's the one where he's eating the liver or something like that. But yeah, generally like 98% of the movie.
Yeah, that was a real bear too that he fought.
Yeah. Razor sharp claws and everything.
Yeah, dude, he got fucked up by that bear.
That's pretty fucked up. Are you being serious?
No, it's not a real
bear.
Yeah,
that would be.
It'd be baller, dude. Because there's the famous anecdote about Leo, how he like actually cut his hand while they were shooting Django, and he was like, "Fine, I'm gonna keep going with the scene." Him actually fighting.
Yeah, I never thought that was so impressive. I feel like he got lucky. I feel like that cut would drive anybody who was standing in between Quentin Tarantino and Jamie Foxx and gets cut on the hand.
You're not gonna be like, "Ow, shit! Stop the camera!"
Yeah, dude, Jesus fucking Christ, you know? Like, I don't know.
Quentin, it hurts really bad.
I think as a leading man. And not to follow too many tangents, Leo's a fucking
he rules
motherfucker, dude.
He's so good.
As a human, he's probably pretty douchey.
I've heard that he when he has sex, he wears headphones and listens to music, and the girl's not allowed to talk to him. And also, he only dates women under the age of 25.
Yeah. Well, that don't, whatever. I don't mean.
Respect, bro.
Yeah, but as long as it's above legal age, whatever, dude.
He's well within his rights.
It's all consensual and it's all fine. I mean, I think that whole thing, people get mad at Leo for not, is just haters.
And well, it's older women being like, I don't know.
Especially they grew up like finger banging to the
Titanic
poster in their bedroom.
Which we should talk about that movie at some point. That's such a good fucking movie.
That is a really good movie. And
when I was in grade school, kids would play Titanic. You would be like, I'm Jack, I'm Rose, and you'd pretend you were escaping the Titanic together. It was a cultural phenomenon.
That really was.
And I wasn't allowed to watch it at the time because it had titties in it. But then my parents had the double VHS set. And so, of course, I was able to, I viewed the breasts.
Did you fucking wear down that part of the tape?
I only saw that part of the movie. There's this phenomenon with me where I'll watch a classic film and be like, I remember these 30 seconds of it because I downloaded a clip from LimeWire in 2003 of Salma Hayek's tits in Frida. Yeah. And then I'll watch Frida. I'm like, this is actually a good movie aside from the tits. This is great. Now I have the context for why her tits are out,
Yeah. Does that make them more enjoyable?
Somewhat, yeah. Halle Berry Monsters Ball. Like that, that one.
I feel like that would...
Can you make me feel good?
Yeah, I feel like that would ruin...
When you find watching that, you're like, this is hot, why is she acting so crazy? And then it's like, oh, it's because her son was just killed in a hit and run accident, and the guy that's fucking her executed her husband. It's like, I don't know if that makes it more hot or less hot. I think it makes it more hot, low-key.
It is pretty hot.
That movie's amazing.
Yeah. And then they put her boobs in that one movie, Swordfish.
She got paid $1 million for the nudity clause on that.
And it was just, she's reading a book.
Yeah.
And she drops the book.
It was the definition of gratuitous. It just served no purpose.
Yeah. Other than bam.
Woohoo!
How many fucking movie theaters across the country was there applause?
For sure.
During that scene.
We should get to Barry Lyndon, but I do want to note the movie Love Lies Bleeding that came out, I think last year, has some nudity in it, and a picture went viral of a guy who had passed out in the movie. He has a bunch of fireball shooters next to him, and his flaccid dick is just out of his pants because he was at the movie trying to jack off and fell asleep. And
what movie?
It's called Love Lies Bleeding. I haven't seen it.
No.
It's got the Kristen Stewart.
Oh.
But jacking off at a mainstream movie theater is a baller move.
Yeah, he should have been drinking some bangs.
Yeah, if he was on some bangs, he would have been able to goon through the whole fucking movie, man. But Let's kick it off.
Gotta goon it, dude. All right.
Barry Lyndon. The first part of the film is called How Redmond Barry Acquired the Title and Style of Barry Lyndon. We find out that his pops was supposed to be a lawyer, and he would have made an eminent figure in the field had he not been killed in a duel.
Yeah.
And duels pop up throughout this movie. What are your feelings about duels? Should we bring it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think the commentary on duels in this movie is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But like the idea, I mean, if people want to be fucking idiots like that, I think it's Darwinian law, bro. Like if you want to stand 10 feet across from someone and fire and like for your pride, we probably don't need you around.
Yes.
Like one of you.
I agree. I looked up the rules of dueling, and once both people have fired their guns, anybody at any point can be like, all right, I've got my satisfaction. So like if you don't get killed and the other guy doesn't get killed, you can just be like, all right, we tried to kill each other, it's over. And then you just like bro hug it out, and you're like, all right, beef is squashed.
Well, what's the like rules on, nah, bro, I'm good.
Refusing a duel?
Yeah.
You could do that, but your honor would be compromised.
Okay.
You would be like not good in the hood anymore, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing, slapping somebody with a glove and demanding satisfaction, so sick. Another thing I've been thinking about, how it used to be if you were dancing with a girl, a guy would come up and be like, may I cut in? And you just had to like let him dance with your girl or whatever.
Yeah.
If that happened to me today, I would up the fucking pole, dude. I'd be like, no, I demand satisfaction right now. We're dueling. You're not taking my bitch.
Just for even asking.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for even asking.
But we see Barry's bitch. Probably, I think it's implied that she's kind of the love of his life. He doesn't have any genuine affection for anybody throughout this movie, really, except his cousin Nora Brady.
Yeah.
And our first kind of shot after his dad gets murked is him playing cards.
On a real wide, sort of like impersonal shot.
Yeah, you don't see his dad.
They don't dig into this at all.
It's funny. You just see his dad like...
Puff of smoke.
He just falls over.
Yeah, it's fucking 5 seconds long.
And then there's a zoom out of Barry playing cards with his cousin Nora and gazing lustfully at her bosom. She's got her knockers out. They're corseted up. They're kind of like sensually playing cards. They finish playing cards, and she's like, I want to play another game. She makes him turn around, and then she puts her special ribbon in between her titties, and she goes, turn around. You must find the ribbon. I've hidden it on my person. You may search however you please. And he just goes, I can't find the ribbon. And he's kind of like staring at her. He's like scared. And she's like, you haven't looked properly. And then she like shows him where the ribbon is. And she's like, you're trembling. And he's like, I'm with the joy of finding the ribbon. And she's like, liar. And then she fucking smooches him. So hot. I think it's kind of implied that they hump.
Maybe.
They do some cousin humping.
Yeah, at the very least, it's implied that what they're doing is, not
sexy.
It's sexy and it's not cool with like, it's low key.
Yeah,
they're family and they're doing the love stuff, which by today's standards, is stepsister porn. Basically, Kubrick pioneered.
This is the start of a porno. It feels like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kubrick pioneered stepsister porn,
along with so many other things. Yes.
Yeah, so Barry Lyndon, fucking the beginning of the end.
There's a deleted scene from this movie where Nora gets stuck in a washing machine and goes like, Barry, I need help. And he starts fucking her from the back. Not really. But so then we see there's like a voiceover thing about like, oh, England is at war and they're worried about a French invasion. So
they're always at war, too.
For sure. They're recruiting for the army. We see this guy who's like directing the regiment and going like, right face, and all this shit. He's making this goofy fucking faces. It's John Quinn. He's crushing on Nora. He does this retarded dance with Nora, which I guess was traditional for the time.
Yeah, like, well, what did you say last time? There's a ton of fop.
Yeah, he's fopping out hard. This movie has a lot of fops in it, dude.
There's this super fucking goofy looking white people just fopping hard, dude. Yeah. This whole movie just...
And Captain Quinn, I'm glad we're on video. Captain Quinn is just going like this constantly throughout the movie. But he does this dance with Nora, and then Nora and Barry are walking, and he's like, did you have to dance with him 5 times? And she's like, I don't care a fig for Captain Quinn. But she says, He's a pleasant rattle of a man, which I'd like it if a babe said that about me.
Rattle.
But Barry gets pissed. He makes her walk home alone, which in those days, it's like, she was gonna get hard.
Yeah, telling a girl to walk home by herself.
You're basically being like,
I hope you get fucking.
I hope someone
forcefully bangs you.
Takes you behind a log.
Yeah.
And then we see him angrily chopping wood. Great trope in movies. I hope to have an opportunity to do that at some point in my life.
Chop wood in a scene?
Be pissed and chop wood. Just like, God damn it. You know?
I like it more in like a montage. Like if a guy's building something or, you know, like at the end of an A-Team episode where they're like building some trap, you know, or whatever. Did you ever watch the A-Team?
No, man.
Okay, so the end of those shows was always this elaborate booby trap was set to catch the bad guys, right?
That's cool.
Because it was fucking greatest show ever. And, you know, so we need wood for one of the sections to heat up the water that's going to, you know, steam the balloon up that's going to drop the fucking whatever on the guys and blah, blah, blah.
So then Mike Tyson is just chopping wood? Not Mike,
yeah. Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T's chopping.
Mr. Tyson. It's Mike Tyson. I had them completely conflated in my mind.
Mr. T is fully dressed, fully chained, fully ringed, chopping wood. Dude. Yeah, that's part of it. It's fucking great.
When Barry's chopping wood, there's a great voiceover. There's so much throughout this that I relate to just as an Irish man, and I'm a lover. Okay, I love women. It's the voiceover guy goes, Barry resolved never to see Nora again, but such resolutions, steadfastly held for a whole week, often dissipate in times of great depression. So he's like, I'm done with this bitch. And then he's like, oh, I love her so much. So he rolls up on her while she's getting rizzed by Captain Quinn.
Big time.
Yeah. He's telling her, he says, I vow before the gods, my heart has never felt the soft flame. And he's basically like, you're the one for me. Nora's looking fine, dude. Those things are sitting pretty.
They're heaving.
But Barry comes up and he like grabs her and pulls her away.
Her heaving breasts.
Yes, dude. They're heaving all over the place.
Yeah. That's great.
Making me want to heave. Ugh, gross.
Yeah.
But she, Barry manhandles her and pulls her aside. Captain Quinn's standing there like has fully basically been cooked by her cousin. And he realizes this because Barry gives her back the ribbon. And Captain Quinn's like, you have something private to discuss. Would be best for me to withdraw. And Nora's like, he doesn't mean anything more to me than a parrot or a lapdog. And Captain Quinn's like, are you in the habit of giving your parrots and lapdogs your intimate items of clothing? And it's like fucking claps back at her basically. And then he runs off. And she's pissed at Barry because Captain Quinn has money. That's the underlying thing. They want Nora to get with Captain Quinn because the family's broke and Captain Quinn's got some bread.
Can we talk about how much effort we've put into the British accent?
Not much.
Well, it feels like you've got the region and the time frame down pretty well because there's so many different ones, you know? There's the South,
He's
there's
Irish.
the North.
Well, Nora, did you have to dance with him 5 times?
Yeah, that's Lyndon, but the what's John Quinn?
John Quinn is British, yeah.
Yeah, but he's very, very foppy. And I love that British accent.
A huge part of this movie for me is also knowing that Ryan O'Neal, the actor that played Barry Lyndon, was genuinely an insane, drunk, horny Irish man. He did cocaine with his child when the kid was 11 years old.
Oh, nice.
He also...
Where'd you read this?
I read his Wikipedia. He got... So his daughter, Tatum O'Neal, they were in movies together.
How does that shit make it into... Okay.
He got so hammered that at his daughter's mom's funeral, he didn't recognize her, and he tried to put the Riz on her. He was hitting on his own daughter because he was too wasted and didn't recognize her.
Tatum O'Neal?
Tatum O'Neal's his daughter, yeah.
I recognize that.
She was a famous actress in her own right, but yeah.
Yeah, I recognize
So Ryan O'Neal is playing himself, kind of. Just this super handsome dude, can kind of like...
Yeah.
He gets babes.
I always got that feeling about Malcolm McDowell in A Clockwork Orange.
You think he's playing himself?
I feel like at that point in his life, he was a, like, sort of sociopathic, handsome, charismatic. Like, he was Alex. Maybe not ultra violent or whatever, but he was that. He just got... I think Kubrick did that. I think it looked Jack Nicholson in Shining. I mean...
Dude, I mean,
shit like that.
Kubrick... His movies always have this metatextual element to it of him fucking with the actors and doing stuff to them.
Yeah.
I can't get into it right now, but there's a theory that he made Eyes Wide Shut to split up Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. He hated them. And so the shooting of that movie was this insanely arduous process that took like a year and a half because he made them rebuild the set of New York City in London instead of just shooting in New York. And they broke up. He broke up their marriage, basically.
Man.
So he makes these insane works of art while he's also just like has this petty grievance where he like didn't like Shelley McDowell or whatever. And, Shelley Duvall. And was just like, all right, I'm going to make this bitch do this scene over and over again until she goes insane. Like, he's just such a crazy fucking guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the casting of Ryan O'Neal was intentional. He's like, this guy's a fucking lush Irish guy.
Yeah.
We're going to have him play himself.
It sort of permeates from them, the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. The guy's personality.
He's so Irish.
Yeah.
And I relate to that, dude.
I
love fucking getting drunk.
Yeah.
I'm constantly lusting after babes that I can't have.
All right.
I have the revolutionary spirit.
So, yeah, they confront. I don't know if we said in the beginning, the little game that they're playing is find the ribbon in my titties.
Yes, exactly. He gives the ribbon back. And Captain Quinn's like...
Yeah, in this scene, he's got the ribbon now.
Captain Quinn has a ribbon too. Also.
Yeah, so the ribbon
she's played the ribbon game with Captain Quinn also. This is so funny, dude.
Yeah. This scene that had us gooning hard up like first beginning of the movie, we realized it's just been going on all over the place.
You love that word. You just learned the word goon. And
I thought it was a Lil Wayne lyric. I didn't realize that it had been repurposed for masturbating.
What's a goon to a goblin?
Yeah, and I think it's super appropriate for the act of masturbation.
It is. Specifically long-term masturbation where you lose your mind and become a slave to the porn. It's a whole thing, man.
If I don't use that word in that context 25 times this week, it will be amazing.
Yeah.
I go hard in the paint with shit like this. As soon as I get it, I fucking abuse the fuck out of it. And then I'll never say it again, but...
I have a problem with these things. My tick lately has been going, that's what's up. I say that's what's up to literally everything. But
you had me on that's not chill.
That's not chill, yeah. Barry and Nora's brothers are trying to set him up with Quinn. So Quinn is like pissed off. He sees the ribbon thing go down. He's like, oh, she did the titty game with Barry too. He's mad. He goes, I'm done with your Irish ways. And he runs off. Irish ways apparently meaning incest. But then in the next scene, he's still at dinner with them. So Nora was fetching enough that he kind of overlooks this situation and he still pulls up to dinner at Captain Quinn. Yeah. But then Barry walks in. Barry is straight just glaring at Captain Quinn, and Captain Quinn's going...
Yeah, and the family's been like, yo, homie, we're trying to get fucking paid out this bitch. Yeah. We are broke. Yeah. Let our little sister fucking suck money out of this dude's penis. $1,500 a year.
Yes.
And Barry Lyndon's like, no, sir.
Yes.
That's my family and my dick suck, and I will have it.
He's so in love with her. He's supposed to be like in his teens, like late teens, early 20s. It's believable. But Uncle Brady seems to like not really know what's going on. So he proposes a toast because Captain Quinn and Nora are getting married, and Barry just stays seated and like just glowering about it. And then he stands up and he goes, "Here's my toast to Captain Quinn." Fucking throws the wine in his face. Captain Quinn's like freaking out. He's so offended or whatever. And Barry goes like, "You can come get satisfaction whenever you want." Basically challenges him to a duel. The brothers explain. They go, "The fact is, sir, the young monkey's fallen in love with Nora." Young monkey.
So he's now been referred to as a lapdog, a parrot, and a monkey.
A young monkey.
Yeah. They don't like him around here, dude.
I mean, we learned that he was like taken in by his uncle. So that's the other thing. This isn't like your cousin that you see once a year at the family barbecue. Like, they grew up together.
Yeah, but he was on the outside anyway. And
still, it's freaky as hell.
Barry don't get no love, dude.
Yeah, exactly. This is the only babe he's really spent time around.
And for Barry though, this shit is just as much about, you know, his honor. To me, it seems like he's in love with shit. He feels disrespected, and he's like, I'm a bad motherfucker. And throughout the movie, it actually becomes pretty evident that Barry Lyndon is a bad motherfucker.
He's sick, dude.
He's got physical prowess, mental prowess. He's a badass. And he's just, you know, can't wait to let everybody know. So he challenges this guy to a fucking gun shootout, dude.
He does. And he
a duel.
Escalates it by telling Captain Grogan, who's like another British soldier who like walks him home afterwards. He's like, Tell him it's up.
Yeah.
I want the smoke. And Captain Grogan's like, are you sure you want to do this for a girl that's flinging herself at every man in these parts these 5 years past and missing them all? She's like ordering ribbons in bulk on Amazon. She's like doing the ribbon titty game with everybody. And Captain Quinn's the first guy to bite on it.
Yeah, the other cousins are like, dude, we get ribbon love too, dog, but we need that bread. Let her marry.
That'd be dude.
Yeah.
To find out that Nora's brothers have also been grabbing the ribbon.
I mean, I feel like it's a given. I feel like we already know. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's just the universe I want to live in. But
the thing is, Barry's a penniless young boy, and Captain Quinn has bread, so he's not going to get it. But
them's the motherfucking breaks, dog.
They pull up to the duel.
They're pulling up to the duel, and Barry seems, average scared. Our older guy, who's
Captain Quinn.
is shitting his fucking pants. It's so funny to look at this motherfucker's face. Insert graphic here, dude, if we can. Dude, it's so
I have the screenshot.
Look at this fucking guy, dude.
That actor is so good in this.
Yes, he is wonderful. He looks like he's literally shitting in his pants.
And when he ups the gun, he's like shaking.
Yeah. And fucking fire goes off. The old guy fucking crumbles to the ground. And it's pretty not anticlimactic. There's no, maybe it's, I thought about this. Maybe it's like my conditioning of the current like way that movies are made or whatever, but there's no fucking blood splurt. There's no like super gratuitous violent thing that happens. And you just and you let me find out later stuff, but at the same time, I there's not a lot of that in the film in general.
Yeah. It's not super violent, especially in comparison to Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. And but also, the violence in that movie isn't super bloody.
That's true.
He's just Kubrick but then you get to like Full Metal Jacket. I mean, that was one of the, Kubrick with the motherfucking headshot, that this is my rifle shit, was one of the first times I ever saw someone's brains get splattered all over a wall in a movie, So, but it's funny, but that's in the 80s. That movie came out in like 80-something. But anyway, this movie's not really on that vibe. And it actually, I fucking enjoy it. I'm to a point where I've come, the pendulum has swung back for me. And the super ultra violent bloody stuff.
You don't like gore? Well,
unless it's being sort of used in like a classical way. Or like the way that Tarantino uses it in like Django, where it's like super over the top on purpose, trying to create a feeling. But if it's just like being gross to be gross, I prefer the old school method where the violence and the gore is implied, and we kind of stick to the story and we stick to the art. And it's not so much, I don't know. I guess there's a whole world of creating someone's head getting ripped off, and that's cool.
I like practical effects and stuff, but this movie is all about staging these like beautiful painting scenes, basically. And then, how do I say this? It's so gorgeous visually, and then the characters are such like petty scumbags.
Yeah.
That when you watch like a movie like this, you expect everybody to be like these like mannered professional people, and they act like that, but they're all fucking cunts.
Well, that is the backdrop to so much great art, is juxtaposition.
For sure.
And that's what this is. So the whole like commentary, make pieces famous commentary on the British socialite is that they're these huge douchey, like they're giant fucking douches in the most expensive clothing, in the most beautiful countryside, in the most beautiful homes. I mean, that's something else to say about Barry Lyndon, is the homes. And like in the second act or whatever,
once he comes up,
holy fuck, this house he lives in, but that's later on down the road. But all the outfits, all the stuff, and it's this really, like you said, it's this really beautiful scene, and these people are just empty, stupid vessels, and it's like
just horny and drunk.
All right, so Barry,
he rides off. They give him 20 guineas. They're like, you got to split town because the cops are going to come looking for you.
And he goes back and meets with his mother.
Yeah, and she gives him the 20
She
guineas.
lives in this like really humble little hovel outside of the fucking property.
Yeah, she never remarried after his dad got smoked.
Yeah, never remarried. She just lives out there cooking potatoes and shit, and fucking being all ugly.
She's eating roots out of the ground.
Basically.
Just being Irish.
Yeah, dirty.
Hardy women.
She's probably playing the ribbon with someone in her family. is what you're saying. She's being Irish.
I mean, she didn't remarry, so she's got to be getting the pipe somewhere. But he's riding off, and they're like, the voiceover is like, Barry's pretty much excited about his future. He's got 20 guineas in his pocket. He's got his liberty, but he immediately gets robbed.
Gets racked. So he's like, there's like a roadside station, and they're like, you want something to drink? He's like, yeah.
Gets a sip of water.
They offer him to get off of his horse for some food. He's like, I'm good, blah, blah, blah.
These very menacing two guys, Captain Feeney and his son, who's apparently like a notorious robber.
Yeah. And so later on down the road, there's an ambush set up with a tree down the pathway. And he's like the most polite and friendly robber. He listens to Barry's plight. You know, Barry's like, dude, I killed a guy. I'm on your team. Like, I fucked a British guy up, a British soldier up, and I'm running from him. And the dude's like, well, you know, I like your story, but I got a job to do.
Tough shit.
And he's like, let me get that horse, and he's like, I'm going to let you keep your boots, which normally I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, let me keep my horse. And he's like, he says,
mayn't I keep my horse?
Yeah. And he said he would love to oblige, but in his line of work, that he must be able to be faster than his clients. He refers to the dude that is
fucking robbing.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Again, it's this very mannered way of talking about doing something.
Yeah, I want to take all your shit and I'm going to take your horse. Yeah, great line. I thought that was a lot of fun. I had me chuckling, you know.
So then Barry's dumbass joins the army for 1.5 guineas.
Yeah.
And he immediately gets in this fight, which I love how this is set up. There's like this big ass dude named Tool. Barry's like drinking something out of this fucking, they call it a beaker, which I've never heard like a
water, probably.
Yeah,
right?
And he's like, mayn't I have a less greasy beaker? Yeah. And this other guy comes over, he's like, rah, and like drinks out of his beaker and is like, fuck you, basically. Yeah. And so this other dude's like, yo, dude, that's Tool. You got fucking shit on him. And he's like whispering to Barry what to say. And he's like, Mr. Tool, I hear your wife wipes your face often with a towel. Are you afraid of getting your ears boxed? And so then they have to fucking square up. They're gonna fight. Barry's about to stab the guy, and they're like, nope, we're gonna make a big square, and you guys are gonna box. There's this sick boxing scene where
super reminds me of Cool Hand Luke.
How so?
Because it's our protagonist proving himself to the group.
For sure.
He going up against, now the fight is very different because, you know, Barry just crushes this dude the whole time, which is the opposite in Cool Hand Luke.
He doesn't. You know. The guy doesn't land a single blow on Barry. This is where we see Barry being. You're like, this is kind of a badass.
Yeah, Barry takes his shirt off and he's physically fit. He's like
the other guy's big as hell.
Yeah,
though.
And he handles himself. He does not get punched one time. No, he fucks this dude up, and it's like
he's breathing really heavily though.
But just the circle and the whole like this guy who everyone thought was a fucking queer fag boy is now about to become like the king of the heap.
Yeah, and they lift him on their shoulders after he wins.
That's pretty extra, but
another detail, Ryan O'Neal actually trained as a boxer. He was a boxer before he became an actor.
Okay.
So him in this scene, he's like doing his real thing.
It seems so weird to me how boxing and vanity seem to go hand in hand. Did you ever think about that?
Like being like, I'm the prettiest motherfucker alive.
Yeah, well, just like all the most famous boxers in the world, they chose to like get the fucking shit kicked out of them for a living. But if they are successful, the Conor McGregors and the Floyd Mayweathers and the Alis and the fucking so on and so forth, boxers are always the most obnoxious fucking people, dude.
If you're beating somebody's ass for a living,
it's just funny. Like you would think, you know, I don't know. It's just funny to me that duality. But so he fucks this guy's up, and he gains some favor with everybody.
He's got some clout. He trains for another month. They say he's transformed into a tall and proper young soldier, and they're getting ready to go fight in Germany.
Yeah.
Captain Grogan shows up. Captain Grogan reveals, dun dun dun.
Yeah.
He's like, Barry's like, what's up with Nara? And he's like, she's Mrs. John Quinn now.
She's married to that dude.
And Barry's
you killed.
Dumb as hell. He goes, is there another John Quinn? He's like, no. We loaded your gun with a blank, basically.
Okay, so Oh, first we should say, okay, so first, we find out dude didn't die.
Yes, John Quinn didn't die.
No, but he did fucking fall over.
Because he shot him with like tau, which is just like a little hunk of mud.
Okay, so what was their fucking plan? They didn't load Barry's gun. So either, okay, here's
I don't know if they loaded Captain Quinn's gun.
I'm planning this out. Okay, so that's the question. I'm planning this out. Either Quinn murders Barry.
I think they would have been fine with that.
Problem solved, yeah.
Yeah, they're
problem
just like,
solved.
fuck Barry, dude.
Or, the more likely of the two scenarios is Quinn misses Barry. Barry's little knot hits Quinn. Mm-hmm. They realize that Barry's gun is... Now you have a real fucking problem on your hands. The fact that the dude passed out could not have been, like...
I think they just knew that Quinn was straight bitch made and was gonna just... Because they say he passed out for an hour after he got like poked in the chest by the gun.
Well, I didn't even think the thing hit him. I think he just passed out from the fear of thinking that he had just been shot at.
Got so spooked, but... Yeah,
there's no way that was what they were preparing for. So I
think it must be.
I don't. Okay,
it worked out really well for them. We'll say that
it did. I feel like that was a kind of a weird thing. I don't want to waste too much, but it was really like I was like, well, hold on, what the fuck were they going for there?
Yeah, But anyway, so Barry's like, damn it, Nora got took anyway, even though I thought I killed the guy.
Yeah.
So it was all for nothing. But it's ended up with him in this goddamn war, the 7 Years' War, which I don't know anything about. But England and Prussia are allied against the French, Swedes, Russians, and Austrians. This is how much I know about history. I was like, wait, Prussia and Russia are two different things? Should not have thought that was the same thing. There's a P there for a reason.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I do know that there's a town called... I know that it
lasted approximately 7 years. That's it.
Did you know there's a town called King of Prussia outside of Philadelphia? It's where all the shopping malls are.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's the only thing I know about Prussia.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Prussia's chill?
Yeah, Prussia's
You've
pretty
been to
cool.
Prussia?
King of Prussia.
King of Prussia is the official name of the fucking place.
I know. I apply some Prussia on
It's
that
like
pussy.
on the Philly-Delaware border or something. It's like somewhere up in that fucking deal. But
we see Barry looking very anxious while walking into this battle. The battle scenes in this movie go hard as fuck, dude. Just really big, elaborate battle scenes with a bunch of people getting shot and like horses galloping all over the place and stuff.
Yeah, pretty fucking.
It also highlights how dumb this system of fighting was, where they're just walking in straight lines at each other, and then one of the sides is like, "All right, fire," and then a bunch of your friends are like, "Ugh," and fucking fall over dead, and you're just like, I guess I'm going to continue walking straight at these people, but Captain Grogan gets straight sniped, dude.
Yeah.
Barry carries him off. He gives Barry 100 guineas. He says, I lost the rest at poker last night, and then he goes, kiss me, my boy, for we'll never meet again.
Yeah,
and Barry fucking plants one on this old, fat, dying man. Like, really, like, there's some tongue in there.
Yeah, I thought it was wonderful.
Gives him this deep-ass kiss, and then he's like, starts crying.
Yeah, they just really lean into the fucking, like, fop right there.
Yeah.
And then...
That's chill, dude. If my boy was about to die and asked me for a kiss, I'm going in.
I'm giving him a hard one, dude, for real. I mean, you need anything else?
If you give me 100 guineas, too, I'm smooching him, but...
Yeah, I guess there was supposed to be a whole lot more.
He
says the night before that...
he lost a bunch of it at poker.
No.
But Barry's like, I want to get out of the military. This next quote is maybe the thesis of the movie, if there is such a thing. It says, gentlemen may talk of the age of chivalry, but remember the plowmen, poachers, and pickpockets whom they lead. It is with these sad instruments that your great warriors and kings have been doing their murderous work in the world. So like all the great men of history that we talk about, underneath them that are actually doing this shit, that are like making history happen, there's a bunch of motherfucking scoundrels, dude.
Yeah.
And that's
that is a great line,
and
it's while they're burning some barn down, and there's a family standing outside. Yeah, that is a really fucking good scene. Barry's sick of being in this. He doesn't want to be in the military anymore.
Sure.
And
I think a lot about how like we know the names of these like famous kings and stuff, and you think back about antiquity and it was like that, but most people just lived these like crummy fucking lives.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Well, crummy by,
by our standards, yeah.
relative to today, but it depends on your lens. I mean, I've actually lived on a farm, and it was a very hard transition from my normal life onto this farm, and it wasn't like I didn't make the decision. I wasn't like I want to live organically or anything. I drank myself into complete fucking degradation and nothingness, and a farmer offered me a place to live.
They sent you to live on a farm.
Yeah, well, no, he found me dying behind a dumpster and said, "I'll help you if you come live on my farm." And so I did. And I lived in a tent, and I fucking milked cows. I did the whole thing. Like, I lived on a fucking farm. And it was sometimes I look back on it and I think, that was actually probably some of the simplest and like most enjoyable and fulfilling time of my that part of my life, for sure.
I feel like that's what they used to do with you if you were mentally ill or an alcoholic or whatever in antiquity. They'd be like, we're going to send him to go live on a farm.
Yeah.
To fix him.
Yeah, he's going to be a farmhand. Well, and there was another farmhand there, and he was kind of going through, and over the years on this farm particularly, it's a pretty common thing for like wanderers or vagabonds or whatever the fuck to end up like working on your farm for a little bit until
that's so sick.
They're the road calls them back.
It's just a weary traveler is like, "Sir, may I have some work?" And you give him some porridge and shit. You're like, you can sleep on the straw bales.
Do you want to hear how I got paid? For 6 months, how I got paid? So I lived in a big canvas tent.
It's like eggs.
Okay, now check this out. It was 12 by 12, so I built, with plywood and 2x6s, I built a floor in the ground with posts and shit, and then I put this big canvas Civil War reenactment tent up. Like old school, legitimate wooden poles and canvas.
Union or Confederate?
Confederate. Yeah. 100%.
You're canceled, man.
Yeah. Well, the guy whose farm this was my ex-wife's dad, my ex-father-in-law. Rest in peace, by the way. He's the one who bought the land and erected the Confederate flag at the intersection of I-4 and 75 that you know about. The famous one.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he's that guy. Yeah, very, very actually.
He's a lost cause guy.
Yeah, he was a preservation of Southern heritage was his whole thing. I mean,
for sure.
we could have a million conversations about that guy. But anyway, so my pay was, my wage was I got to sleep in there on a fucking cot. I got to eat, right? And we ate good. Like, we ate really good. We raised cattle. We raised a lot of different fruits and vegetables, pigs, chickens. So all the meat was all fucking, shit that fucking, Wall Street guys pay shitloads of money to eat.
For sure.
And every Friday, I got a bag of tobacco and a pack of rolling papers. Swear to fucking God, dude. A pack of fucking...
You got paid in cigs.
Job 1.25s. Not cigarettes. No.
You had to roll them.
You had to roll them out. Yeah.
That
was the vibe. And you know these like tobacco depots or whatever?
Yeah.
Where you can go and they have the machines and they roll the cigarettes and do the filters. Or you can just buy the loose tobacco.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting in... There used to be a place, an AA meeting house called the Red Door that was down the street from this farm.
I've heard of this.
And I would go there for the noon meeting, 'cause in the summertime, dude, you cannot work on the farm down here in the summertime. And I would go there and I'd sit in the meeting. Now I was still smoking weed. I wasn't really doing AA, but I was hanging around AA. And I would roll my own cigarettes. And people would give me shit. Like, man, that's triggering me for smoking weed or whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Chase that rabbit long enough. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the movie.
The babe.
The babe.
When he comes across the babe, dude.
No. What are we talking about?
He escapes.
No.
Oh, are you talking about the gay officers? Yeah. This is sick.
I was like, hold on. Well, are you referring to the people in the river as babes?
Pause on that. Yeah.
I was like, we're about to have a whole different conversation.
Yeah, he comes across these two officers bathing together in the river and being so gay. Dude, it's really adorable.
They are not even being like sexual. They are playing. They're naked in the water, so they're
just being like, James, I miss you so bad.
I never thought I could be so happy with someone. I mean, these motherfuckers are more in love than any man and woman have ever been.
It's very sweet.
Their horses are up by, they're tied off underneath the fucking. They're just having a picnic in the afternoon. It's fucking amazing.
They're right by the camp, too. We see Barry walk out from the camp, and he's literally like 15 feet away, and these two guys are like secretly being gay.
Yeah. And they're just...
And he's like peeking around a tree.
And I feel like there was direction in this that was like, I don't want you to fucking making out and like I want this to be like two young kids who are falling in love. I want like two 17, 18-year-olds falling in love but
they're officers.
But they're old Foppy. Yeah, so here we go, Foppy, dude. Just pawning over each other. It is so cute. So fucking cute. And you can hear the conversation a little bit as he's walking away.
And meanwhile, in the foreground of the shot, Barry's like, I'm about to fucking rob these guys.
Oh, yeah. And
he steals one of the horse and the papers.
The papers is what it is, yeah.
Which is the key thing. If you're an officer, you're allowed to travel more freely, but you got to have your papers showing you're an officer. They're going to be like, you're fucking deserting. So,
yeah.
The voiceover says, Barry, he feels once again that he's in his proper sphere, and he determines never again to fall from the rank of a gentleman.
Yep, and this is the first time that we hear this sentiment, and it becomes like a theme.
He's obsessed with being a gentleman, dude.
Yeah,
which is kind of... He has the trauma from earlier in his life of him getting cucked by a gentleman, of this, like, moneyed English guy coming in and stealing his sexy cousin from him. So now he's like, I gotta get like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And he comes across this babe named Lyndon, this German babe. She's hot, dude.
Yeah,
But he like speaks a little German to her. She speaks a little English. He's like, where can I get some chow? And she looks at him with this like horny ass gaze. Like,
yeah, you can chow on my fucking stinky ass vag. I'm sure it's,
her husband's been gone at war. We cut to him dining with her and her like beautiful little baby by candlelight.
Yeah.
The baby's so cute.
It is a really
The baby's
pretty
dad
scene.
is in the war. And she's like, it must be a danger for you to be in a war. And he's like, I'm an officer and I must do my duty. He's like lying to her about his name and shit too.
Big time, dude.
And then she goes, you are sometimes lonely. And then she takes his hand. He gives her his name. His fake name is literally Fakin' Ham.
Oh, man, I love it, dude. I'm so glad you remember that. I don't think I wrote that down, and I thought that was fucking great.
But then she's like, would you like to stay with me for a while? One of my favorite shots of the movie. She like says that to him and then leans over to him and they start kissing and her baby is just watching them make out, like watching his mom make out with this fucking stranger that she met 15 minutes ago. And the baby's like... We gotta cut that in if we're able to. It's so funny, and it just looks like a painting. It looks like a Renaissance painting of this baby. Like, oh, my mom's a whore,
so,
which is.
I think I'm gonna take notes of like edits.
Yeah, I'll pick up on it when I do it later. But
okay, yeah.
When he's leaving, he stays there for a minute. When he's leaving, he says like, "I love you" in German. She says "Pass auf durch," which means take care of yourself. It appears to be this very romantic scene. And then the narrator comes in and goes, a lady who sets her heart upon a man in uniform must be prepared to change lovers pretty quickly. This heart of Lyndon's was like many a neighboring town and had been stormed and occupied many a time before Barry came to invest it. Basically being like, she fucks every soldier that comes through, that she comes across.
Yeah.
So it's there's this ironic thing of like, oh, this is so tender and sweet. And then it's just like, bro, she does this all the time.
Yeah.
She's a SLUT.
There's another...
The narrator's calling people sluts all the time.
There's another theme in this movie, though, that it's like there's like this super beautiful stuff, and then there's like real life, like right after.
For sure.
Like, yeah. Well,
the narrator is often interjecting and saying, like in a very polite way, that like shit is not what it seems. But
yeah.
Narrator then notes that Frederick, King of Prussia, has resorted to kidnapping to keep his army full, and so Barry runs into this Prussian captain, Pottsdorf. And the guy's like, where are you headed? And Barry tells him, and the guy's like, you're going the wrong way. And he asks for his papers. Barry gives him the fake papers. The guy invites him to have a meal, and Barry's just fucking fibbing his ass off, telling all these lies to this guy, like trying to impress him, basically being like, yo, my cousin is like the British ambassador to Prussia. And the guy basically is like, you're a fucking liar, has him arrested right there. He's like, you told me that your uncle is a British ambassador and his name is O'Grady. Basically being like, you're fucking Irish piece of shit.
You fuck
This was
your
a
cousin.
time...
You play ribbon games with your fucking cousin, don't you?
This was a time, like, throughout much of history where Irish people were just like, people were like, you fucking gross savage, basically. So,
I mean, I think it's still that way. It's certainly American history, a big part of American history.
The Irish are gross scum. Who's got the most presidents? Check it out, man.
Yeah, well,
the Hibernian conspiracy.
Hibernian conspiracy.
It's this idea that like Irish Illuminati have been controlling America, basically. Where there's the most Irish presidents out of any ethnic group.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Did it start with Kennedy?
No. Here, I'll look it up real quick.
Then what's that fucking famous? Hey, can you grab me a paper towel?
He was the first Catholic.
Okay. Well, because the movie The Departed.
23 U.S. presidents that boast Irish heritage. There's
The movie The Departed. Jack Nicholson has that quote.
He's like 50 years after an Irishman couldn't get a job. We had the White House.
Yeah. That's a
May
great
he rest in peace. I'm not going to say what he says immediately after that, but
that. Wow,
he uses a nasty word, but he's basically like, this is what don't get about it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to take it.
Yeah. I fucking love that shit, dude.
That movie's amazing. But, so now he's been conscripted forcefully into the Prussian army. And we see this other guy walking the gauntlet, just getting smacked by everybody. The Prussian army is rough, dude. Like, if you fuck around in there, they say it's punishable by mutilation or death.
Cut your little pee-pee off, maybe. Mm-hmm. Burn it so you don't bleed out.
Their army is officered by Prussian natives. Like, the officers are all Prussians, but everybody else in it...
Slaves.
Yeah, it's composed of men from the lowest level of humanity, hired or stolen from almost every nation in Europe.
Nice.
Interesting to think
kind
about.
of like the Xerxes army. They say the
300?
With that, I mean that's truth. That's the truth about that army is it was an army made of slaves.
It was all conscripted.
Yeah, and it just kind of gives them a gross vibe.
For sure.
Whatever. So.
But we have
But he fucking kicks ass in the Prussian army.
But he falls into the very worst of courses and company and was soon very far advanced in the science of every kind of misconduct. So him chilling with all these other criminals and shit in the Prussian army, he gets up to some bad stuff.
Yeah, well, he's also, down for bad stuff.
He's been gnarly, yeah.
Yeah, he's a gnarly dude. So maybe, he wants to be a gentleman. Mm-hmm. Because he thinks that's how you get the fucking poo nannies and stuff, but he'll Irish.
Get there by any means necessary.
Yeah, he's fucking Irish, dude. He's gonna do whatever it takes, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
You have to take it.
And
and there's this epic battle scene.
Yeah, good battle scene.
Probably the biggest one in the movie.
Yeah.
And he saves Pottsdorf basically from being trapped under a beam.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I love the juxtaposition of this fucking pretty brutal battle, like people dying and stuff, and you hear the band playing, there's like.
Yeah.
Think about that, dude. You're walking into battle, afraid that your people are fucking getting their heads blown off around you or whatever, and there's just a guy playing a snare drum and another guy on a flute that's what you're hearing while you're bleeding out in the mud. So
that's
sick.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, they need to bring that back. I'm sure the Marines probably play 5-finger death punch.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I was thinking, bro. What's some of those other bands? Oh Jesus Christ, that type of
Chevelle.
Yeah, well, no, Chevelle was a little before that.
That's your type of music. Is
Chevelle,
U.S. Marine headphone music.
Chevelle was a little before. I'm thinking
If I was going into battle, I'd definitely be listening to Bad Wolves.
7 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace.
Seven Dust.
Well, Seven Dust was a little. Yeah, Seven Dust was kind of the beginning of it.
Butt rock.
Huh?
Butt rock.
Butt rock?
I enjoy it. It's good music, yeah.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, it feels kind of produced.
Well, that voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I always think guys that wear affliction shirts and studded jeans.
For sure.
Yeah. And have bald heads and goatees.
A long story that I'll keep very short, but my ex-girlfriend, who I'm still in love with, owned an art gallery, and the lead singer of Puddle of Mud came in there and was fucking blackout drunk, trying to have sex with her, and spent $15,000 on art in there, and was yeah, you can ship it to my house, like swiped his card or whatever. And then he's like, come on, let's go to my hotel. And she was like, sure. And then like put him in a cab and was like, take him. And he was like looking out the window like this as the cab rolls away. And he never gave her his address. So we just had all this sick fucking art in our house.
Really?
That the guy from Puddle of Mud
it.
had paid for, yeah.
And never got.
Yeah.
And never came back for.
Yeah, he's got like 6 DUIs. He's in
so
trouble.
They are my favorite of those bands because he is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you remember the?
I love the song where he goes, "Everything is so messed up."
Yeah. Did you see a few years ago? More than a few now, but he did About a Girl.
No.
They did oh my god, they did an acoustic. I need an easy friend. They covered the Nirvana, and he's so fucking out of tune. It got like virally raped.
I need to check that out.
It was incredible. It made me love him so much more. Dude.
Another one with that guy. He
off
refused.
The deep end.
Horrible hairline, and there's always something covering it. He's always got some kind of fucked up retarded hat on, or like a fucking
bandana. He's the bandana guy,
like Bret Michaels. Yeah.
Oh man, him and Bret Michaels fucking chill, dude.
So for Barry saving Captain Pottsdorf, he gets rewarded with 2 Friedrich d'Or, which I looked this up because I wanted to know what the money that they're playing with is in this movie. So 2 Friedrich d'Or is 5 Reichsdaler, and a Reichsdaler is worth 6 kilograms of meat, 12 kilograms of bread, 0.25 kilograms of tea, 1 kilogram of tobacco.
Really?
So how much were they giving you on the farm?
A kilo of tobacco. I was how much was I getting?
You were probably
getting a
like,
bag. It was probably a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, it was a pound.
A little bit more than a kilo.
It was absolutely a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2 bottles of champagne, but a workhorse is going to be 25 Reichsdaler. So you would need to get.
It's all.
You would need to get
things.
10. You need to get 5 times what he gets to buy a horse. Basically, it's not that much money.
Oh, yeah. Well, not.
It's not all those things together.
It's like a week of groceries. He basically got a week of groceries. Yeah. So like $300.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while he's getting this honor that they're giving him and giving him this money, this captain is talking to him, and he's like, you're heroic, but you're idle, dissolute, and unprincipled, and for all your talents and bravery, I'm sure you will come to no good. Just basically being like, you're a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah. We got you all of this stuff, and we think you're cool right now, but your life's still gonna be like pointless. But
now he's broed up with Pottsdorf because he saved his life, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put him in the police bureau, and his first assignment is to be a spy on this guy, the Chevalier de Barbary. And they suspect that he's a spy from Ireland, basically, a British spy. That he's spying on the Prussians for the English.
Okay, but what's his front? Like what?
He pretends to be a chevalier, which is basically like a noble, and he's a big gambler.
Yeah. So he pretends to be a noble.
Mm-hmm. He's a libertine, which means
and they think he's a spy, and they're like, all right, we're gonna send you over there, and you don't speak English, right? You don't speak English. You're just gonna be his little slave boy. If
spy on the spy, try and figure out what he's up to.
And they don't say this, but basically, like, if he wants to do sex things to you, allow it, right?
I didn't pick up on that, but the guy is he's
again, this is just like the universe.
So foppy. This guy's fopped out.
Yeah.
The Chevalier is awesome.
So this is the first time we see, which we start to see more of, the drawn on beauty marks, right? So people like drawing circles on their face for fake beauty marks. Lots of makeup.
Powdered white, fully white face.
I love it, dude.
It's so sick, dude.
Can you imagine what those people smelled like?
Probably pretty bad.
Yeah, because they were probably pretty funky, and they weren't technically taking care of the funk. They were just coating it with all these aromas. So it was just like that whole, like a hooker with Chanel No. 5, but like the Walmart version on her.
This is modern, so she smelled nice, but I've hooked up before with a girl in New Orleans Mardi Gras times who had she was in like a Marie Antoinette type thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so hot, but also the makeup comes off very quickly, so she just had fucking, I was like licking her face and shit, so the makeup was all fucked up.
Yeah, that's another thing. How did they taste?
Probably weird, yeah.
Probably like paste.
Yeah, and they're making the makeup out of like ground up bugs and shit.
Yeah, right.
But you got to be looking fire, so They send him to meet with this guy. Barry immediately is like, "Oh, this guy's Irish. I miss Irish people so much," and he just immediately confesses
everything. He cannot fucking take it. It's actually like this really sweet moment. The narration. Do you have the actual? Because if you have that, that's one of my favorite ones.
I just know that I didn't write it down. It's just like very imprudently confesses that he's an Irishman.
Yeah, hearing his
native tongue.
The native tongue.
He gets overwhelmed.
He's the guy is everything he wants to be. He's a fucking nobleman. He is like. So Barry just loses it. He starts crying. He confesses, "I am here."
Yeah. And the Chevalier gives him a big hug.
And if you still want me to do sex things, I'm actually more into it now.
I did not pick up on the sexual aspect of it.
Well, we see what we want to see.
For sure.
In life, I guess.
But now he's a double agent, and he's helping the Chevalier gamble by spying on people's trump cards. So when they're all gambling...
now he's a double spy is what we call this?
He'd be a double agent.
Double agent.
He's an agent when they send him in there, and then now he's working for the Chevalier. The Chevalier knows he's supposed to be a spy, so he's taking back.
Yeah, and they're just Englishing it up or Irishing it up, dude. They're loving it.
He's helping him cheat at cards.
Yeah, dude. And that was a really good scene. I really liked when they fucking duped that fool. And the guy's like
this Austrian ambassador.
Yeah.
Is like, "I don't know quite how, but I'm sure that you cheated, and you'll have to fight me if you want the money." That guy's very sick looking.
Yeah, I fucking fuck with that guy.
And at this point, they're gambling.
Fill that thread? Do they close that loop ever, or that guy just walks out?
Yeah, they do. Barry duels him.
Barry duels him?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was later on.
They're gambling at this point for 1,500 Friedrich d'Or. So that would be enough for you to get fucking... You get like 30 horses.
Oh, so mucho dollars.
I'm bad at math, but workhorse is 25.
How much did he get?
$.
How much did he get?
He got 2.
He only got 2, and now he's battling
for saving that guy's life. And now they're on one hand, they're doing 15,000. So
15,000.
Money is real good.
They're doing Lambos and shit. They got Bugattis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
It's the modern equivalent of being Big Boss Baller, Dan Bilzerian type guy.
Yeah. They got Bugattis. They got little boys and shit they fuck.
They got hella babes.
Yeah. Or little boys.
Your choice of babe or boy.
Yeah. They're all chilling in the back in a fucking cold room waiting. Yeah. We got everything.
But the Chevalier is basically like, "I'm about ready to get out of here." And so this situation with the Austrian ambassador... The Chevalier is basically like, "I am going to fight you. I demand satisfaction. You didn't pay me my money." And he knows he'll be deported, but he assures Barry that he's not going to be left behind. He's like, "I'll take care of you, Barry." And so Pottsdorf is like, "All right, I'm deporting the Chevalier." Sends these guys to pick the Chevalier up and like take him out of the country. Barry comes out dressed like the Chevalier. He's got the finery on or whatever. And so they think he's the Chevalier, and they take him to the frontier and give him 2,000 Friedrich d'Or from the prince. And the Chevalier has already escaped the country. He uneventfully crossed the border the night before. So now Barry...
Did it take you any time to put together that it's Barry?
No. I mean, it was like, that's my boy Barry.
Yeah. It took me like a half a second. But you know what's funny is, so when we watched this, I was like, oh man, I've seen most of Kubrick's shit. I don't think I ever saw Barry Lyndon. I should watch it. That scene actually reminded me that I had seen the movie before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, I remember this part. And that was the thing I remembered. I was like...
Him being sneaky?
Well, him dressed up, and I just remember being like, oh, that's cool. Because they don't tell you that's what's going on. You just have to put it together. And he does look like him because he's got that goofy-ass fucking wig and all this shit on. So, and they're both white, Irish, family...
he's clearly younger than the Chevalier, but these guys don't know what he looks like.
No, yeah. I mean, they rides off, man, and it's fucking time to get it.
Yep, he links back up with the Chevalier and begins his life as a gamester. He's dealing cards for the Chevalier.
They're running basically like a traveling casino, dude. They bring these games of chance to these noble households, and they just like give them the opportunity to fucking blow their, get their weird on. But they cheat them. They fucking grift these people.
And he resolves thenceforward and forever to live the life of a gentleman. Yeah, so he and the Chevalier are just pulling up at various courts in Europe gambling. There's all these beautiful candlelit scenes of these like wigged up debauchery. This guy, Lord Ludd, we see him. He's got like this babe next to him, and he's like gambling and stuff, and he keeps going like, just like smooching this girl gently while he's gambling, and
probably the pinnacle of the fop. I mean, I feel like
he's fopped out. He's so fopped.
I feel like
he has the beauty mark in the middle of his head.
Yeah, we built, and there's two. I think he's got one on his chin too, and it's just like this guy. They keep upping the ante with the fop, but if you got any more than this, it would just be too much. I feel like.
I was wrong, by the way. I thought that he duels the Austrian guy. That isn't
this
resolved.
guy.
He duels Lord Ludd
with a sword.
Yeah. So they always play with credit. But they always pay their bills, and if they don't, Barry's basically the enforcer. It's his great skill with the sword and readiness to use it that maintains the reputation of the firm. So he fights Lord Ludd.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill him. He gets him with the rapier, the pointy sword, and he's like, and Lord Ludd's like, I will pay you today, sir.
Yeah, and then it makes the point in the narration that this grift that they have going requires you to be a fucking force of nature. Like they're not bitch asses, bro. Like they trick people out of their money and stuff, and they're sneaky, which they're kind of smart the way that they do it, but also fuck around and find out. Yeah. And so more and more Barry Lyndon at this point of the film is our fucking boy. This guy is like the baddest motherfucker. I'm super team Barry by this point.
I love him the whole movie.
Yeah, well,
he's an action hero.
Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to though. I feel like once we get after the intermission, there's a couple parts where
I relate to him.
Yeah, but I mean, are you really supposed to, be going hard with the whole like
cheating?
And just we'll get there. And so
he decides that he's going to marry a woman of fortune and condition.
Yeah, as they're doing this grift, he meets another heaving-breasted woman. Yes, they're small, but
they're heaving.
And by far the most, in my opinion, like generally,
she's hot,
beautiful. Yeah, she's the
Countess of Lyndon.
She's like a star. She looks like I don't know who this actress is, but to me it seems that she was probably the chosen one of the the top.
She's the main female character.
Yeah.
She's the husband of this old crippled guy, Sir Charles Lyndon, or she's the wife of him.
Here we go with the Lyndon. We finally are finding out
for sure. Yeah.
Which the whole time you're kind of wondering like, where does
his name's fucking Redmond Barry? How does he get his name switched around or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. So
her husband is a minister to King George.
That opening of the first chapter of the film says how he
acquired the style and title. So Sir George is this, or Sir Charles is this cripple. He gets wheeled around in a chair, and he basically has this hot trophy wife, and she's got her chaplain who kind of acts as like a tutor to her son. He's the chaplain, so he's like her spiritual advisor, and he's this great character. This guy's just kind of like gently disapproving of what's going on all the time. And we have her little son who's named the Viscount Bullingdon. They call him Bully, who's a melancholy little boy, much attached to his mother, is what they say.
Yeah.
And he will become a main character also. This little kid who's kind of protective of his mom's, and we'll find out he does not care for Barry.
So they do some foreshadowing with this little boy. Okay, I don't know if I caught that, actually.
But they're gambling, and Barry is like staring at Lady Lyndon while he's dealing the cards out. They're fucking straight smoldering, dude.
Yeah, so this is some more. Now we're back to the Barry from the beginning of the movie. This slave to his heart.
Kind of, but he's also like, this bitch has got bread,
Yeah, but he's he lines up his sights, dude. Like it's going down. This is happening.
Yeah. And she knows what's up too. She like walks outside. We see her tutor, Mr. Runt, is like looking between the two of them like, oh shit, dude. Basically knows something's up. And she's like, Mr. Runt, I'm going outside. It had this vibe of like, you're at a bar with a girl and a guy that she has like friend zoned, and you're hitting it off with her, and he's just kind of like madly supervising you while you're making moves on a girl that he has unrequited love for, type of thing. But she goes outside. Barry comes out. They literally haven't even been introduced, but he just takes her hand and they fucking smooch.
Yeah.
His riz is impenetrable, bro.
Yeah, this is the height. This is the height of, riz. Barry is found who he is. He is fucking target locked, top of his game.
Yeah.
Crushing Richies, stealing their vag. And so he finds this Lyndon, and he's like, listen here, Papa, this is mine now.
6 hours after they met, the narrator says she's in love with him.
Yep.
And once he gets into her company, he finds innumerable occasions to improve his intimacy. So he's
smashing, and he's creatively every single time smashing better, harder, faster,
stronger.
So this guy,
he's dropping.
He's everything we all want to be.
Brutal Irish pipe, dude.
Yeah, and he's everything we all want to be. He's on top.
For sure.
Of
you
that.
know how much I would love to have a rich woman.
Yeah.
And her rich husband hates me, but then he dies, and I get all her money. Sorry, this is flashing forward a little bit.
Wow. So they're walking around town, and she's just flaunting it too. Ain't nobody scared.
Yeah, dude. Nobody. Everyone knows exactly what's happening. And so then, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, Barry walks in, and these guys are gambling, and Sir Charles is there, her husband.
Yeah.
And Sir Charles kind of confronts him. This old sick man is like, "Have you done with my lady?" And Barry's like, "Well, sir, I don't know what you're talking about." And Sir Charles is like, "I'm a man who would rather be known as a cuckold than a fool." And he's getting like so pissed at Barry, basically.
Well, it shows though that he's like, so Lyndon's got huge dick energy in that, like, I know you fuck my woman, but I don't care. Are you done? Can I,
Sir Charles is kind of like that, but he's clearly pissed, dude.
Yeah, he's mad, but he's also like, all right, your playtime's over.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't get worked up about it. He's so fucking oblivious. His life has been so controlled by his own will that he doesn't even occur to him that this little motherfucker could stand a chance.
I don't think so, man. I think he knows, because he literally...
Well, not at first. I think it becomes
he literally
evident.
gets so mad that he dies.
Yeah.
He goes on this rant where he's like, "Look how fond my wife is of me that she's already seeking a successor." Basically being like, she's planning for me to be dead. And he goes, "He wants to step into my shoes."
Yeah.
This actor is fire, dude. He's so mad, and he's like, he like keeps he's like laughing and hacking and coughing. And he's like, you're right that he still wants to win, because he goes, "What are the odds that I live to see Mr. Barry hang yet?"
Yeah.
And then Barry goes, "Let those laugh that win," and he kind of walks off, and Sir Charles is like, and he's like trying to eat his pills, and his pills like fucking spill everywhere. And then the narrator is basically like, Sir Charles died. He got like cucked to death, dude. He got so mad about being cucked that he was like,
yeah, he dies. That's pretty fucking tremendous.
And Barry stays so chill through that entire encounter. He's just like,
yeah,
I took your bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
He doesn't seem to get like emotional or worked up or anything.
And this is where I don't know what you're talking about, man.
This is where the intermission pops up.
Yep.
And we get an orchestra, and we get everything. And how much time are we at?
We're at about an hour. So do you want to take a little short break, and then we'll resume on part 2?
Yeah. Well,
I gotta piss.
Yeah, I gotta piss too, but I don't know how much time we have left.
Yeah. When do you have to get out of here?
At 3. It's 20 minutes. So
maybe we cut it off and we resume.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do part 2 at another time.
All right, we'll be back.
Yeah, dude. Adios, guys. Thank you for spending this time with us this afternoon.
Adios and videos.
And videos.
I'm loose.